back to the drawing board.
Hello, welcome back to Big LEZ'S League and All Rugby League Experience. Welcome to the drawing board. Now, I've been promising for the past 2 weeks that I'd get a guest on here for the first inaugural live episode on your YouTube for the drawing board, but I did okay. I got him for the second week. Got him from the second week instead. Brandon Savage from the SuperCoach Experience. Brother, how are we?
I'm very good. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, a big weekend, obviously, from Magic Round is why you couldn't come in last week.
Yeah, I was actually driving home from Magic Round and I'm pretty sure I got COVID. Everybody that went to Magic Round in groups got COVID, so I'm pretty sure I was a victim. And yeah, we're driving home on the day and it was a 9-hour drive, and I think it would have been a really tough carry if I did make it on the Monday, but yeah.
Yeah, look, I'll tell you what, you told me you could come in and I was like, fuck, he's doing well. He's doing well there.
If I wasn't sick, I would have done it for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Tell you what, yeah, it would have been a very tough carry. Let's talk some SuperCoach, mate. Obviously, your specialty. I've got a few dramas in my side. I'll sort of talk to you about what you're planning to do this week, but I'm sure that the big talking points are obviously Nicho Hynes, Matt Burton, these sort of guys. How are you going to work around that for State of Origin? What are you planning on doing for your side this week?
Well, I do have Matt Burton. I do have Nicho Hynes, so that they're looking at going out, obviously. I think it all really depends on what happens with Matt Burton, because he is a vital number in the round 14 matchup, because there's 3 teams on the bye there. That's the Roosters, the Cowboys, and the Raiders. And Matt Burton is not part of one of them sides, so he's going to be valuable for number for 14, even if he is 18th man. So if he ends up starting and playing Origin, I think that's when the conversation for him changes. But the fact that he will be 18th man and will be a healthy player for 14, happy to hold him. Nicho Hynes is looking like going out for me because I think he misses too much over this period, and you can capitalize on all the cash that he's made. So I think I'm going to sell him out for. I don't have Joey Manu in my side, and I've actually done really well in SuperCoach ranking wise. I'm ranked 54th. I went down from 19th last week. I've been hovering around the top 20 all year pretty much, and I had a massive drop last week because I didn't have Joey Manu. So I'm looking at getting Joey Manu in, but I'm also looking at that round 14 bye, just thinking I need to make sure I've got the numbers for that. So I'm thinking not getting Joey Manu in, but I think the Roosters matchup this week against the Cowboys is the juiciest of the week. So I think I might just do it. But yeah, I think Nicho Hynes on the chopping block.
Yeah, look, I'd probably go the same. I'm going to probably get Nicho Hynes out this week. As for who, I'm not too sure yet. We'll obviously have a look and sort of suss that out. I've got Dylan Brown at 5'8", who can obviously go into that halfback backup position as well. Matt Burton, yeah, I'm still 50-50 on whether I'm going to trade him or not. The only thing that's hurting me is I've got Lachlan Galvin as my backup 5'8", and he's obviously not playing this weekend. So that's going to hurt me as well going into this week as to what direction I'm going in for that. You obviously said you're not getting your Joey Manu. Is there anyone at the moment that stands out for you as a potential Nicho Hynes replacement? Obviously, a lot of halfbacks injured as well at the moment too.
Yeah, I could do a 1-week play to Sam Walker. I do like that Cowboys matchup. I could get in Sam Walker for 1 week and then flip him to Jerome Hughes next week. But that just seems like a wasted trade. One thing to note, it doesn't really matter if you don't have a playing 5'8" this week because it's only your top 13 scoring players. So if you've got 14 players, it'll choose your top 13 scoring players. And you can have them from any position anywhere. So you can not have a 5'8" and you'll still do all right this week. So the bye period is a bit tricky, and it's here and it's exciting.
Yeah, it is very exciting, but also very daunting at the same time. Now, obviously, I want to talk to you about Scotty Drinkwater because he's someone I've been umming and ahhing about for the past few weeks. Obviously, a good score on the weekend with the 105, 77 average, has sort of been going up and down in terms of his form. Is he someone potentially after and we're obviously talking a few weeks in the future here, but after the Origin period, are you keeping Scott Drinkwater around, or what's the plan there with Scotty?
I think he's on the chopping block for round 14, to be honest. The Cowboys haven't been overwhelming at all. I just need to check right here if they do play in round 16. They don't play the second bye round, so I think he's on the chopping block after this week. You can sell him to someone like Latrell, who missed the Origin, has round 16 and 19 going ahead, or you can move Kale up to fullback and get a centre wing you've been eyeing off for a while. So I think he's definitely on the chopping block after this week. Happy to have him this week, but he's also got the toughest matchup of the week against Roosters.
Yeah, no, that worries me a little bit because I've probably got the worst team in terms of Hines, Burton, just Drinkwater, who are probably realistically all in and around that chopping block, for Origin or other reasons as well. We don't know what's going to happen with Adam Fanua-Blake over the next few weeks as well, which is going to be very interesting. Obviously, his situation with the Wars, how that develops. I'm thinking about trading out Sean Bloor. I've got him in my back row this week. 555K. The price seems to be going down a little bit. He has got the buy this week. Would you look at trading out Sean Bloor this week?
Yeah, he's going to be a good buy round number after this week, but he's the kind of player that he's not going to hurt not having. So I think you need to aim for these high upside second rowers who can score you 100 plus on any given week. And Sean Bloor isn't doing that. He's done the job. What'd you get him for? 440K or something?
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was around that 440 mark. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's done his job. Easy sell now, and you can bite the bullet knowing that you've won the trade.
Who's your, I wouldn't say cheapy, but who's your replacement option for a Sean Bloor, you reckon, around the 555 mark at the moment?
I think, what's Sean Bloor for you? Is he one of your top 3 second rowers, or is he bench second rower for you usually?
He's in my top 3 at the moment. I just recently traded in Tallis Duncan, who I thought was going to do a lot better. Got him in my backups at the moment. He's in my top 3 at the moment, Shawnee Bloor. I probably am looking to trade him out this week. It just depends on who I am actually trading out in terms of the halves and the Origin situation. But I've got Angus Crichton and Josh Curran in there at the moment who've been doing quite well for me. So, yeah, look, as I said, I am very 50-50. I'm glad I got you on here to get a bit of advice because otherwise I'd be procrastinating till round 1. Oh, the first game kicks off.
Yeah, well, I've actually got 2 decent replacements for you. So if you want to downgrade and upgrade elsewhere, Nafahu White for the Roosters. I know we're talking about that round 14 bye and it being a bit difficult, but he is coming off a score of 74 on the weekend. He's got a small break even. I'm getting all the stats up right now. But if he starts a lock again this week, and there's every chance he does, his break even is 15. It's 379K, coming off 74 on the weekend. I'll read out his stats right here because they were quite impressive. I think the eye test, he's passed them with flying colours this year. 33 points in tackles on the weekend, 14 points in tackle bust. So that's 47 points right there. And then 21 points in hit-ups. So pretty much that 74 points is all in base. If he gets named at lock again this week, I think they're pretty happy to play Victor Radley on the edge. Egan Butcher's just gone off with ACL. With an ACL. Lindsay Collins and Crichton are off to Origin, so I think he gets extended minutes through this period. I like Nafahu White.
Do you think he locks down that spot, the starting lock forward role?
He's a very temporary role throughout this bye period when all the Origin guys are off and, they're trying to plug a hole for a couple of weeks. I think he's a good buy for now. Obviously not a must-have, but I like it. I'm looking at him heavily. But if you're looking around that 550K mark price, Britton Nickera, he's gone down to 579K. He's been a gut in the past. He's proven 579K. Only downside for him is Nicho Hyde's out with Origin, so that connection there is broken up during this period. So you can go one way or you can go another.
Yeah, well, obviously Braden Trindle should come back. Obviously, he's been out of the squad for some time now, but recently cleared to come back. He should be into the team. You sort of are getting a little bit of a combination there, which I don't mind. I probably do like the Nafahu White call. I like Nafahu White. I think he's been a gun for a long time, even just coming off the bench. And, when he is getting these really good stats, he is worth having, I guess, around the bye round. Yeah, go for it.
No, that I'm happy with that.
Happy with that? Sorry to backtrack, but back to Nicho Hynes. You obviously brought up Jerome Hughes before. Now, I had Jerome Hughes just recently.
Yep.
He's having a lot of calf issues at the moment. Obviously, is that a bit of a concern that comes to mind for you when you're looking at purchasing him over the next few weeks?
Yeah, I guess so. But with Munster out, with Pappenhausen out, I guess you can't really predict injury, but I think he'll be. Yeah, it's a really hard one because the injury is such a concern. When I trade players in, I'm not really too concerned about injury unless they're like that borderline player that I'm not sure whether they're actually a good SuperCoach output or not. But Jerome Hughes, he's proven to do a job throughout this period. So, yeah, there's not many other options at the moment. If it's him versus Sam Walker, I'd probably go Sam Walker at the moment because the Roosters are killing it. But I like Jerome Hughes. I think he's a good player.
Can I throw a bit of a spanner in the works for you? Just looking at some of the averages at the moment, is a Chad Townsend potentially an option going into the next few weeks?
Yeah, he's been performing this year, hasn't he? I don't love it, but with all the Origin players out, Nanai's out. He's developed a good combination with Nanai. I couldn't do it. They're playing the Roosters. I don't see the points coming very easily for him this week, so I don't love it. No.
Just throw a bit of a Sam Walker for the next week or so doing that pod play.
Yeah, I think so. Goal kicking in a side who loves to put on points. I mean, I think he's one of the better options. He's the most traded out player for Nicho Hynes this week.
Yeah. Yeah, look, we'll have to wait and see. I'm with you. I think that Sam Walker could be the play here. Sam Walker maybe into a Jerome Hughes. Yeah, look, it is going to be such a tough one. And again, it really does depend on how many trades you have left going into the rest of the year, what your team's looking like, how many Origin players you do have. Look, I'm definitely going to have a little bit of time to think on what you said. I like some of the options you've thrown up, particularly Nafau White. I really don't mind that at all. Look, thanks for hopping on and talking a bit of SuperCoach with me. I'll take everything on board and hopefully make some decent trades going into this week.
Thank you.
What about yourself, actually, just before we end? What changes are you thinking about making this week?
So I've made 3 trades at the moment. My first trade is Angus Crichton to David Fifita, with David Fifita missing out on Origin. I know David Fifita doesn't play this week, but I'm setting myself up for the next couple of weeks. I think Angus Crichton over this period gets limited minutes. They've got enough bench cover to give him a rest over this period. So I think he, at his value of 850K, is going to decrease in value quite a bit over this period. So I'm happy to go to someone like Fifita, pending. I think it is a bit risky. I need to wait and see what happens in Origin next week. If Queensland lose, if one of their second roles go down, he's pretty much in the frame straight away, isn't he? So I just think the upgrade of that, it's just a no-brainer for me. I'm going Nicho Hynes to Joey Manu at the moment. And then I'm going Joe Chan to Nafau White, which, Joe Chan sitting there doing nothing. 60K upgrade from Joe Chan to Nafau White. I think it's a risk-free play, in my opinion.
Yeah, love it, mate. Well, again, thank you for hopping on. And yeah, look, hopefully we go a little bit better this week. Obviously a tough week after what was a pretty carnage week. Imagine captaining Nicho Hynes and getting the 3 points. It was just heartbreak. It was heartbreak.
Did you captain him, did you?
I captained him.
No.
Tough. It was tough stuff. All right. Well, thank you for hopping on.
All right. Thank you.